Now typically when I do these videos, I will sit down here, do an intro, talk about what I plan to do, lay the whole thing out, run my little intro, and then go into the actual shooting. This time, however, I've already done all the shots, I've already filmed myself taking the photographs, I've processed the images. All I've got left to do is run the intro and tell you what I've already done. So like I said, I've already done all the photographs, I've processed the images, I've filmed myself shooting it to the best of my ability, which is always a difficult thing to do, to take photos and film yourself doing it. But anyway, I've already done it. I didn't really have a reason why I did it this way, it just kind of worked out. But this was a project I've been working on for a while, or at least mulling it around in my head. There is a street just down from my house that I drive on nearly every single day. And down this little 1 mile stretch, there are businesses, there are residential areas, there's parks, there's a whole bunch of different little things with a lot of different people. And for whatever reason, I've always thought, man, it'd be really neat to take somebody's portrait there or there or there. And so I've wanted to go and do what I'm going to call street portraits. I don't know if that's the perfect term for it, but literally walk up to somebody and just say, hey, can I take your picture? Can you give me 30 seconds, 60 seconds, whatever, and take somebody's photograph? Now, I cheated a little bit because at one end of this street is a photographer who has a studio down there, Carol Foster, and I've gotten to know Carol over the last couple of years. Fantastic guy, but he's in this little stretch, and so I thought if I can go photograph Carol first, that'll get the ball rolling, because I wasn't sure if people would say no, think I was crazy. I wasn't sure. I knew that if Carol let me take his picture, that would kind of, get me going, because to be honest with you, this pushes me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but in a good way. Usually I'm pretty bold with my camera, but to just come up to somebody cold and ask them to take their picture was, a push for me. So I started at Carol's studio. His studio is called Hot Eye Photography. He does fantastic work. He's a great guy, and so I started there. Oh, you're doing good. Scoot this way in the door jam just a bit so we don't get a weird shadow, yeah. Nope, you're looking good. I love it. Let's just move in that way, just a smidge.
Try to keep busy.
When I first started, I used to freelance assist, and I would call guys like you, like your studio, and get hired for just like a day, because they couldn't afford an employee.
Sure.
But every once in a while, they needed somebody just for a day or two, or I was never very good at it. I couldn't keep myself busy. Zach is the guy that used to work at the store, didn't he?
Yes.
He's the skate guy.
Film, that kind of stuff. And so.
All right, good. Yeah, looking at me for this one, good. All right. And let's just turn it this way because this is just cool.
I can turn on more of the lights if you want to see more of them.
No, we're good. Oh, this is probably the shot right here. Yeah, I tell everybody you're my favorite photographer in town because of the studio.
I appreciate it. I thought you like it because you like my pictures.
Well, that's obvious.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, lean my way just a little bit. And I mean, the way you're sitting is great. Just kind of lean this way on the arm and looking at me. Yeah, good. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that went really well. Carol is awesome. Love the photographs already. I can tell, even without any real processing or tweaking to them, they're gonna be some neat photographs. And Carol's just fun to hang out with. He's got a phenomenal studio. But now I'm off to another part of the street, see if we can find somebody that'll let me take their picture just on a whim. Carol, of course, I knew when I set this up, so that was a good way to start. Now we're gonna get a little more bold, if you will, and just see what we can find and see who we can photograph. All right, we've come to the skate park. These guys have agreed, at least one of these guys has agreed to let me take his picture, so that's cool. Let's do this. How about stand right about here? Let me grab my light. Yeah, I love it, love it. What's your name?
My name T.
What is it?
T.
Todd. Nice to meet you, sir.
Me too.
Yeah, do it right about there for me. Get my light set. Here. There we go. Can you hold the skateboard for me once or twice? Yeah. Love it. Hang on one more time. Now we're talking. Cool. What if I'm here? Could you do something going up this thing and just call it good? Maybe a little bit more. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Can you do the exact same thing about here?
Right there?
Yeah. Oh, it's a fantastic project until you break some equipment. Awesome. Shoot me a text or something like that, and I'll send you some photos.
I got you. Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it. Big shout out to that guy. I think he said his name was T. Okay. Let me take his photograph. Super bright out here, so we were dealing with some stuff. It's all fun and games until the light topples, and he apologized for running into it. I don't know if he ran into it or the wind caught it. A lot of it was my fault because I kind of left it unattended. But I don't know if you can tell, my x100 has got some pretty good scarring on it now, and the battery came flying out of it. But it seems to be working. I don't know if that popped on the video or not, but it popped here, so it seems to be working, which is a blessing, because I absolutely love this light. Okay, so now I'm at this food truck, and I kind of caught her off guard because she was fixing her hair and stuff, but she's willing to let me take her picture too. So I'm gonna grab some stuff. I don't think I'm gonna take the softbox this time. Just gonna take the light, keep it a little simpler, not worry about the wind with the softbox. But yeah, all right, third shot. I appreciate it.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so if you could just like this right there. What's your name?
Jessica?
Jessica, I'm Todd.
Todd.
Nice to meet you. Okay, here we go. Good, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Awesome. Hey, how are you?
Hey, man, how you?
I'm good. Here, that's my card. If you shoot me a text or something, I'll send you a photo.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
Can I see the photo, how
Yeah.
it looks? So make sure.
can you see it very well?
I think it looks good.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yes, okay. All right.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you charge?
Did you do the garage?
Yeah, I did.
Because I was coming to see you next.
Yeah, that's why I came to check you out.
Yeah.
Hey, what about me?
Yeah. I'd love to do it. I live down this street right here,
Yeah.
and I come down Union all the time, and I've thought for a long time I'd love to come and just do street portraits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Future. Yeah, I'll come. Let's go down.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. We do both. That's ours too, and that's mine too.
Fantastic. All right. Thank you. Fantastic. All right, so there you go. His name was B, so I photographed a kid at the skate park named T. This guy's name is B,
runs this garage as well as this garage over here. Literally took 2-3 minutes of these people's time, but one of those locations that I probably could have spent a half an hour there because it's just a lot of character in there. Thank you. But yeah, that was great. So we were 4 for 4 today. Probably do a little refining on my lighting in the future to do it. You know, the lighting was good, but I was in and out very quickly, which is a challenge to get the lighting right. And it's so bright out here, it's hard to see the back of the screen. I think I got some definite files that I can work with. And man, for what that was well worth it. A lot of fun. Could see doing more of this in the future. I'm not exactly sure what time it was. I started at 9:30 and it's probably 11 maybe now. So I haven't been doing it very long and I think I got 4 good portraits. But I'm gonna get back to the studio, put them in the computer and go from there. So, all right, I'm excited. I wasn't sure what to expect from today. I was a little leery. Definitely pushes me out of my comfort zone to just approach people on the street like that. And you know, in today's day and age, you never know what people are going to say. They might think you're crazy, but everybody really embraced what I was doing. Super successful in terms of people accepting what I was doing. So I will stop rambling. Let's get back to the studio and put them in the computer.
So let me give you a little rundown on the way I set up the gear. I had the Fuji x100VI. I've got the Godox trigger on the top. The reason I did this camera is because number one, it's got a leaf shutter. I can sync with flash at any speed, and I knew if I was out in bright conditions, I might be at a higher shutter speed. I put a neck strap on it, which I don't always have, but this way I could have it around my neck, walk around, and not have to worry about carrying a camera so much, because in my other hand was a light stand with my Godox AD100. Now, for Carol and for T at the skate park, I had a softbox on it. Because it took a topple at the skate park, I was a little leery of having that softbox out there, because if you've ever been out on location with a softbox, it just becomes this big kite, if you will, and even the slightest amount of wind can just blow it over. If I did this again, I would probably try to find somebody that could help me to hang on to the light, because I really like the softbox quality of the light, but I need somebody manning that stand a little bit more. But for the last 2 portraits, I just put this dome on there. Jessica at the food truck and B at the garage had this alone, but camera around my neck, light stand in my hand, and I can just set the light down wherever I need it and quickly do the photograph. And for what it's worth, the Godox AD100, fantastic little light. 100 watt seconds, you are pushing it a little bit if you are on a bright sunny day to keep up with balancing with the sun. Unless you want to be down at like f2 or something. I didn't want to be quite down that low. So going through a softbox was a bit of a struggle. But overall, the light, the camera, fantastic. You know I love the X100. It's a fantastic little camera for doing this kind of thing, and easy to walk around and carry it. The fact that it's only got a 23mm lens, you gotta kind of compose and think about it, but that was great. It is a fantastic environmental portrait lens. Now, the last thing to share with you guys is that when I processed these images, I did some different looks than what I would normally do. I gave them a little bit more of a vintage, classic, almost somewhat classic film look to an extent. I don't normally process images like that, but I thought this is such a unique project and kind of outside of my normal wheelhouse. I'm going to do some different things with it. So the processing is a little bit different, but I thought they worked really, really well for what these portraits were. And I would consider these environmental portraits. That was kind of the goal. I wanted to show a person, but show the environment in which they work. And I'll be honest with you guys, the project of shooting along the street and doing portraits is just step one in what I am hoping will be a bigger project. I'm starting to get some visions of this thing being even bigger. And I'm not exactly sure how far it will go, but there is so much diversity along that stretch of road in our little town that I think it'd be a really neat project to put together a photographic documentary kind of thing up and down that street. So we'll see where it goes. There are some other visions to take this thing even farther. Let me know what you think. This was just my first little step into it. So again, let me know what you think. Tell me what you think of the photographs. Comments, questions, complaints, as always. Big shout out to the 4 people that let me take their pictures, especially Carol. Super encouraging. He's fantastic. Privileged to get to know that guy. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe if you would. I would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. And again, comments, always good. I'll see you guys in the next video.